And good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to the October 11th edition of Morning Mindset. I'm your host, Todd. How are you doing today, folks? Man, oh man, it is Friday. Friday. Woo. How are you? Yeah. I got into sneezing, coffee, runny eyes, whatever fit about 2 minutes before we were able to go online. Now I'm recovering from that, so sorry about the short little delay. It's your first time here or a long time here. This is what I need to know from you: who you are, where you're from, what the weather is like in your area, and what is in your cup. Coffee kick this morning. Coffee. We're rocking on that. As far as the weather, it's like 55 degrees. We're going to get to like 85 today. It's going to be hoodie to take the kids to school and shirtless to pick them up, because it is going to be a warm one today, 85. And then after that, it seems like we'll get back in the 60s next week. And, not too shabby. What else do we got? Our 5 things. What are 5 things that you are going to accomplish today? Now, Fridays for us, we know we don't schedule a lot because we have stuff going on. We've got some signs that need to be taken care of today because we're delivering those tomorrow. So that's there. Other stuff, we've got invoicing that needs to get done. We've got DTF that needs to get done. I think there's a cut HTV job that I got to check on, make sure we have everything for that. And then we got orders that we're going to get a jump on for next week that need to be pressed and out. So we've got that on the home front. We've got a field trip today. So that'll take a chunk of the day. I've got 2 meetings. Besides our mentorship call, I've got 2 other ones scheduled up for today. And with all of that, it's going to be a good Friday. And our topic of choice today is going to be setting your customer expectations. Now, some don't know what that means. Some do and already have that there. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. But first, we're going to check in and we're going to see how people are doing. Barb, good morning to you. North Central Minnesota, 50 and cloudy, water in the cup, 5 things. 3 print experiment. Ooh, I like the sound of that. Cut rhinestone templates, cut HTV, clean up embroidery area, set next week's schedule. It was hard for me to say. Tim, morning to you, 50 out on the way to 78, I think. Lots to do with Pink Monster to drink. Not a bad Friday. Jenny checking in, morning. It's 55 there. Water in the cup. Hi, Tim from Barb. And before I forget, we should work on your music for the opening music. I just hit the button. What do you want me to do? Add more music to it? What do you want? It's royalty free, so I'm able just to hit the button and make it work. Hi, Jenny from Barb. Barb says, there's about 80 out yesterday, so the Asian beetles were everywhere. Glad the temps are dropping. I wish they would freeze those beetles. Yeah, the beetles and the black bugs, the black gnats, man, it's horrible out. Okay, so let's get into it. Setting customer expectations. So what does this mean? Well, this means you need to let your customers know what to expect. I talked with somebody the other day. This was yesterday afternoon. Yeah, I think it was yesterday afternoon. We were talking about things for the customer, and I said, well, it really comes down to what they want. I said, when you ask, what would you charge for this? I said, I don't know. I don't have enough information. I said, what kind of shirt is it? How long is it going to take you to get it? What kind of print method are you using? How many locations of it? I said, we got to know what we're doing before we can quote jobs. And with that, I said, how long, how soon do they need it? It's because that factors into it. If somebody needs something today, that's a lot different price than when somebody needs something next month. Well, how many quantities of it? You need to go through and set those expectations with your customers, so they are going to get what they want and what they expect to get, right? So for typical turnaround time, have that set. If you're 3 to 5 business days, 5 to 7, 7 to 10, 10 to 15, 15 to 30, whatever it is, just make sure they know that up front. Make sure they know that, hey, if you need it before this, there's going to be some rush fees involved. Whether it's just in-house rush fees or if that's extra shipping rush fees, because we've had that where we've had to overnight stuff in and like, hey, for this, it's going to be $50 because we got to overnight it in from, a vendor. So you get all of that there. And then it's okay. Your time starts when both of these things happen. And it's whatever one occurs later for us. The design is approved, the invoice is paid. Because sometimes people will pay an invoice and we're still going back and forth on artwork of it. Other times, they'll approve artwork and we're waiting on an invoice to get paid. So nothing starts until we get, both of those taken care of. That's when the actual production time starts. So they need to be mindful of that, especially on rush jobs. Hey, if you want it by this day, you need to order by this day. And so that's the other thing is if they have a set schedule with it, it needs to be done by this day for this to happen, for this price at this timeline, because that could fluctuate. If we go to a job right now and says, hey, we need shirts October 25th. Okay, cool. Here it is. Here's everything we need to do. Not a problem with it. And then they come in on the 20th and they're like, okay, we're ready to place an order. Hey, that doesn't work that way, because now your timeline starts from that next part of there. So knowing what your workload is, knowing what your timeline is, knowing your numbers and how to make things work, anything that you can do to alleviate those questions that could come up after the sale, prior to the sale, is good business. Anything that you have at all, what's the difference in shirt materials, what's the difference in styles, what's the difference in cuts, what's the difference in colors, pricing for it, because it's just not a cookie cutter thing. And that's the crazy thing about our industry is it's not cookie cutter. It could cost me way different amount to produce the same shirt that it costs Jenny or Barb or Tim. They could, because all of our overheads are different. So that's when you ask somebody your pricing, hey, based on what our stuff is, this is what we'd price it at. We were talking pricing with it, and it was for 107 shirts. It ended up being a single location for it. I said we'd be at, I said, depending on the shirt is where it comes down to. Then they said 50-50 blend. I said, we'd be, roughly about $7 a shirt on it. They said, I want to see everything a little bit more, no timeline of that. And they said, well, everybody else told me I need to be charging, 15 minimum for it. I'm like, you're going to lose the job. Like, that's the thing is, what does it cost you to run your business? How long is it going to take you to do? 100 shirts, we can get that done in an hour. They can pay everything over there. And so we're able to do that, for $7. When we're talking, there's no way. And I said, our limit, is 500. Anything more than 500, we'll send out to a contract printer. But realistically, 500 shirts, that's a day's job. Get it done. And they're like, oh, it'll take me like 4 days to press. I'm like, if it takes you 4 days to press, you're either doing other stuff, you're doing something wrong, because we can press 100 shirts an hour, so technically that should be done in 5 hours. We just know the math on it and how it's going to work for it. Let's see. And Barb says, I have a checklist of questions to ask customers. Miscommunication can be the worst. Absolutely. And that's a great thing to have, is a checklist. Hey, are all of these things done? The other thing, if you have a checklist, make sure on that back end of things that you have the checklist. Did I add any marketing materials to their order? Did I take pictures of their order? Did I post their order? Did I ask them if I, for release, if I, if we need to have that, what are other things with it? So you can all have it in one, just go down the checklist and make sure that you're good to go on it. And Jerry says, morning all. And Jerry says, hi, Tim, Todd, and Barb. And Jerry asked Barb, hey, Barb, can you share the question in Discord? Ooh, that's a great idea. And for those that don't know what we're talking about, we do have a Discord and a private membership group over there. You're able to go right here. That's the other one for it. Let's hit some buttons. There it is. You can go over to patreon.com/fatdadmc. Get in there. We do calls multiple times a week, office hours. Today we have a call 9:30 to 10:30. And then right after that, I got another call from 11 to 12. And then I've got one from 12:30 to 1:15, I think. So trying to stay a busy little beaver on things today. Barb says that's a good idea to have after the list, after the job list. Yeah, because there's things that we forget to do. If it's a box that we sent out to a customer, did we include marketing materials? Like, hey, if you're somebody that offers specials or rotating jobs, like here we're in fall, Christmas is coming up. If there's bundles that you have put together, are we putting those marketing materials in the box to send out? If it's individual shirts, are we putting stuff in there? Washing instructions, are we putting in there? That we can help them do, create their thing if it's from like a benefit in that, because, that's where a lot of it comes from, word of mouth. Hey, we bought this shirt from them. They helped, they were able to raise funds for them. They said it was great. And here we have the contact information for it. Biggest thing is pictures. Corey has gotten really good at that. I'm still not the greatest at it. And that's why she handles that side of it. She knows, okay, when it's done with this, take a picture in there. And, even great now, We've got the pink out shirts we're doing, and I think they probably had like 20 different style shirts that they could put it on. And some of them, look good because, of what the stuff we put out. Of them look amazing because it's like, oh, I can't wait to see how that looks on that in real life. And it's like picture, because that's continuous content. That's how you can grow with it. So it's doing that. And then, I've seen other people throw in there, hey, here's a referral card. Refer, 5 people, get, in the next order, whatever percent off, whatever dollars towards it. Help us grow with this. It's asking those questions, getting to your social media, getting there's more information that you can from them. Brian, good morning. Mountain Dew, 50 sunny. Deliveries done. Install vehicle graphics. Replace banner done. Quotes and designs. Brian, your orders will not today, homie. And send me those pictures. I don't think you sent me pictures yesterday or the night before. Send me pictures. I just thought about that there. But yep, yours is on the first order of the day going out. So no problem, homie. Hey, Jerry, yes, I will share my list in the Discord. Very, very nice. Jerry says, trying to quote a rhinestone design for a client. Small design, 0.5 by 4.5. Thoughts on pricing? How many? That's the biggest thing. How many? That doesn't take up a whole lot of flock. But you had design time in it. Did they provide the template, or did you have to create it? How much time was it in there? You're charging a design fee. I think of something like that size is going to be like a left chest. On retail side of it, left chest rhinestone design, $12-15 plus. That's just for the design. That's where I would be with it, especially if it's just one. Thanks, Barb. Oh, on the sleeve, not fancy, not the fancy. Look at this Trenton right here. Stupid thing. I see the little bar went off and says, oh, it's trying to update. And so now the fan's going crazy. Everything's rocking and rolling on it. This is glitching. Yeah. So what we'll do is I'll set up some stuff and hopefully we get that taken care of before the next call, because awesome sauce. Stupid thing. Windows, no, don't try and update. Leave me alone. So 20 shirts off that, then you're definitely get the money out of the flock. For design, for the decoration itself, I'd be at $10 for that. Maybe I'd have to see how many stones, what stone count on it, which ones we're using. Maybe I'd go a little bit lower, maybe down to 7. I'd have to run everything through to see where it'd be, but that's just for the decoration cost, not the garment cost on it. And hey, Brian, look at that. Jerry, we got a bar here called Hey Brian's. If Brian ever comes through, we should go there. You're awesome. You are. Thank you so much for that order, Brian. Jerry, I use the feature in TRW Stone software to figure the cost, as you can add the price for the amount of stones needed. That's right. They do have the little money sign in the design wizard. You can hit the little money sign and it'll take care of that for you. Hi, Brian. There you go, from Barb. And Jerry says, yes, I'm charging the design fee. Todd told me to. So yeah, so on that, I'd be in that $7 to $10 range. If it's something simple, easy enough, because sleeves are a pain to press. I hate that too. So I would make sure that, $7 to $10 is where I would be on it, roughly. Thanks, Barb. I'll check it out. You're very welcome. See, that's what it's all. Sharing is caring, folks. We all get in here. We all help each other out. We have a great day with it. This week was a good week. We did like the one job. Let me go back and I gotta look at it, because it should be done today or Monday, because it's between things. It was almost 500 square feet of UV DTF. And so we wanted to break it down to like 5-foot sections so it'd be way easier. But yeah, just about 500 square feet of UV DTF. That's a job and a half, folks. I will say that. Other stuff, we took in a couple rush jobs, and not necessarily they were within. So if our standard turnaround time is 7 to 10 business days, they needed these ones in 6. So rush job, but not like super rush job. And we knew it was going to happen sometime in October, so we said, no, there's no rush fee for you guys. We probably spend $10,000-$12,000 a year with us. So on things like that, when we know, yep, this is going to happen October, then it'll happen again December, probably beginning of December, and then we'll do one in March, April. And so it works out. We know what we're doing. We know what they're doing. We're like, yeah, we can help you out with it. Everything's squared away and rocking and rolling. So we've got that in the works of stuff that'll get done next week. We've got Cheer Store that is going to reopen. We opened it up just for a few days so they could get senior shirts, and then we're going to senior shirts are now delivered, so we're going to reopen the site minus those shirts. And is that it right now? Just got the 3 stores open. Yeah, it just looks like the 3 stores open. So just keep pushing. That's what we're doing. There's some days where I'm like, I don't know. We'll have a day, like I said, that'll be a $5,000-$6,000 day, and the next day is, a negative $5 day because we spent out things from on the app on the website or whatever, and a sale didn't come in. We're trying to stop this and just more of that, and that's just seems how it goes. Juan, good morning to you. Finish a embroidery job for City. Start another. Finish 4-sided screen print job. 300 plus shirts. Awesome. Prep screens and start small screen print order. I see Juan tomorrow. There's an outlet mall that Hudson's been yammering about some new. He wants some new shoes for basketball. And so we said, well, let's run out there. And it worked out well because Juan needs some signs, some DTF. So DTF is in my hands, ready to roll. And signs will be ready to roll today. And we will run those up there tomorrow morning, Juan. And yes, you're on my list. I'll get you a total so that way you're ready to pay for it. Are we meeting at a shop? I didn't even think about that. We meet at the shop tomorrow, about 10 o'clock-ish, I think. I'll let you know when we're leaving here. We're going up there and do that. We'll hit the outlet mall, be there for a little bit, and then I think Carlos O'Kelly's for lunch because that's Corey's favorite place to eat outside of our area that we can't get. So we'll go there for that and have a good little Saturday on hand for us tomorrow. Hi, Juan from Barb, and Jerry says, congrats on those orders, Juan. Absolutely. And Juan says, awesome. And yes, at the shop will be fine. Okay, cool. So I'll let you know when I'm leaving here and I go there. If by chance anybody is in the Waukesha, Milwaukee area tomorrow, you can stop by Sarah's shop. Sarah's having her grand opening tomorrow, I think from 10 to 3. 10 to 3. We're going to try and make it up there. I just seen Sarah at the new place, 2 weeks ago. We're going to try to make it up here, but with Juan needed stuff and the other shipping, it was like, okay, we can drive up there. Can we do both of them? I do both of them the day. Still want to do this. So we'll have to run up there and just see Sarah on our own little private tour and things. So we're going to keep struggling. We're going to keep pushing through things today. That's why I leave Friday as kind of that no hard things on the schedule because it allows for those rush jobs. It allows for like this. I've got a couple going through our stuff. There's some artwork that I'm having issues with that I need to re-meet with the customer about and tell them this is not happening this way. This is how it is there. And so I need to show them the differences in there. There's some designs that we're looking at updating. So we've got that. And hey, we're in fourth quarter. So if you're not pushing for fourth quarter, why? We're almost halfway through the month of October. As soon as Halloween hits, and it's Christmas season, right? That's how it usually works. As soon as Halloween hits, it's Christmas season, and it's the 6 weeks of mad rush because you're usually done by the middle of December. So we'll be right in there with it. Cuddle. I don't know if anybody has taken a look at Cuddle recently. If you have not, don't click anything yet. Because I am going to give you some Cuddle information. Cuddle just released another what was it? Another whatchamacallit? Another ornament name builder. So it's names in a snowflake is what they did. And let's see. I'm gonna find our link so that way you can go there with it, and then you can go ahead and check it out. Where it is Cuddle. Because it was their family name snowflake ornament is what it's going to be. Let's find my list from Tobe because you can use where it is. Yeah, you can use the code FATDAD to save 10% on your first month of Cuddle. So I will go ahead now that I have that. I will post that in the comments. And use the code FATDAD to save 10% on your first month. There it is. There, you can go there and check it out right there. right click, copy paste, go there. You're able to find with it. Cuddle, TT, cuddle. Ornament, yeah, it was the family ornament. It was pretty sweet. Did you get both my orders since I'm an idiot and forgot some things on the first one? I got you, homie. I got you. Both of them together in the same box. Coming to see you soon. Welcome, Brian. Are you new here? That's right. You know, the Lord of Printing does grace us with his presence every once in a while, mostly when he's out running around because, you know, we need somebody to talk to in the car. That's what it is. It is. Cuddle. I told you I was stuffed up. Cuddle. Is that right? There. Toot your own horn, Brian. That's right. Toot your own horn, Brian. So yeah, that's what we got. So Cuddle released those. We're gonna do that ornament and the stacked one for sure. Those are the ones that, you know, we're gonna go with. I'm not sure if there's gonna be any. It's not something that we're really looking heavily to push, but you know, for those that are doing ornaments, and it's something you're doing per design. What are you anticipating on, you know, those designs producing for sales? How do you know that that is, you know, where your time needs to be spent on? You know, what are you doing with that? Because we can create the, you know, use that same. We can all use Cuddle, Jerry, Cuddle. We can all use the same one, but we can use different materials for it. So, you know, that changes the cost of it, changes the presentation of it. Some will put, you know, package different. They'll use different, you know, string or ribbon for, you know, for the ornament and that. So it changes it up. But when you're looking at an ornament, what do you anticipate that ornament bringing you in sales? Is it, you know, hey, is it a dollar amount or is it a quantity amount? Is it, you know, 5, 15, 50, 100? Is it is it the what? The whatchamacallit? What's the other thing? The dollar amount. You know, hey, I want to make $500, or I want to make $1,000, or I want to make $100. Which one? You know, how do you gauge which ornaments to have? How do you gauge which ornaments to sell and which ornaments to push? Always interested in learning new things. Oh, yeah, Brian is new here. Never heard of you people. Never had. And Free says most of my ornaments take maybe 10 minutes to make, and that's when you can get efficient at it. And there's things where we've done and I'm like, whoa, there's way too many stopping points and nodes on this. Let me go in and clean some of this up because I need this thing to be way faster. And then it does get faster. It's almost like with engraving. You know, you have a big engraving, it doesn't take long to cut, but that engraving can take forever, like the football players. Cuddle makes it easy. Yeah, it does. Cuddle makes it way easy. That's why if you don't have a subscription to Cuddle, and it can be month to month, so you could just use it now through Christmas and then not pay for it and then sign back up for it. It works out really nice. All right, I've got stuff to do. Yeah, we've got stuff to get done before the next one. I got to get Brian's order out. Both of his orders combined as one, two become one, like the Spice Girls song. So we'll do that. This weekend we got, you know, it should be a good weekend. It was my first weekend to be able to watch football because baseball is over. And guess what? The Bears play in London. So yeah, unless I get NFL, I'm not going to be able to watch that. So much for that. So we'll see what happens there. And then maybe we'll do family day of that. It's probably we'll go to pumpkin patch and things like that because it is supposed to be gorgeous out before it gets to crap. I was thinking that was totally something different. But yes, everybody have a great day. We will be back here Monday because we do this every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Until next time, peace, love, press on. We will see you.